la volonté du chef de l'État camerounais, son Excellence Paul Biya, c'est d'arriver à couvrir un minimum de 75% des populations. Évidemment, c'est des mesures internes à prendre. Mais en même temps, pour arriver à booster nos entreprises, pour arriver à équilibrer tout ce que je viens de dire, surtout au niveau des entreprises, y a-t-il meilleure solution que le dialogue social? Aujourd'hui en Afrique, nous nous battons pour que le dialogue social soit une réalité. Réalité en entreprise, réalité au sein de l'État, réalité dans les familles. Il faut pouvoir dire aux Africains que le travail, il n'y a que par le travail que l'on peut progresser. Le développement économique ne pourrait se concevoir sans le travail. C'est le dialogue social qui permettra donc aux uns et aux autres de calmer les entreprises. Donc ils se mettent au travail et pour arriver à quoi finalement? Au développement de nos pays.
For both the economies which rely on extractive industries and for those who do not rely on extractive industries, the issue or the question of diversification is very important. So for those who rely on extractive industries, diversification into other sectors would help them also to withstand the effects of any downturn in commodity prices. For those which do not rely on extractive industries, they have no other alternative for generating the adequate growth, which will lead to job creation and therefore income generation for the majority of the population, excuse me, other than diversification. Now, diversification would entail focusing on other sectors. Of course, the most important and maybe the most obvious in Africa is agriculture, where Africa has a large area of arable land, yet its production or its contribution to global agriculture production is much less than the percentage of arable land to global arable area.
India needs more than 10 million jobs every year. So the government policies and the policies have to be such which encourage employment and especially labor-intensive industries. And above all, India is a place, it is a very peculiar situation. We have large number of people seeking jobs. And we have large number of industries who are short of labor. And the reason is very simple, lack of training and skill development, lack of primary education. Even in my own case, I am running a factory which employs about 1,000 people in state of West Bengal. And all around me, I can see people who are unemployed. They are not trained. And on the other side, I find difficulty to get people to run my factory or the oil and gas drilling which I am doing. And I have to import people sometimes from Oman and sometimes from USA and sometimes from wherever. So what is needed is very large emphasis. And when I'm saying needed, I'm not talking of government. It is participation of the private enterprise and the government together. And last year our government and the private sector have come together and they have taken over many of the industrial training institutes jointly so that they can be imparted training skills which are needed by the industry.
Eu creio que tem 4 elementos que são fundamentais para que um país se desenvolva e que possa superar gradualmente a pobreza. Eu diria que o primeiro deles, já falei, que é o papel do Estado. O Estado como um indutor do desenvolvimento, um indutor da economia, um estimulador, portanto, das políticas públicas e das políticas de investimento e desenvolvimento. O segundo, a geração de emprego. Um segundo elemento importante para alcançar a superação da pobreza. O terceiro, a distribuição e a transferência de renda. É um elemento fundamental. Um dos problemas e uma das grandes conquistas que nós precisamos atingir no nosso país é efetivamente erradicar o analfabetismo no nosso país. Em que pese, nos últimos anos, o governo federal criou 11 universidades federais públicas, criou 135 escolas técnicas profissionalizantes também públicas e criou aprovou no Congresso Nacional um piso nacional para os trabalhadores em educação, eu diria que este ainda é, em que pese essas conquistas, mas esse ainda é um dos grandes problemas que nós brasileiros temos que enfrentar e superar. Sabemos que a educação certamente é um dos instrumentos mais importantes para o desenvolvimento de uma nação e gostaríamos, com certeza, enquanto brasileiro, atingir este objetivo para todos nós.
Job creation should, of course, be at the center of the development agenda. And we should see job creation as a lever to attain the Millennium Development Goals. I must say that I failed to understand that when the Millennium Development Goals agenda was developed before 2000, that job creation was not made one of the Millennium Development Goals. We need to be concerned not only by the quantity of growth, but by the quality of growth, socially and environmentally. Otherwise, we will run into the wall and meet here again in a few years' time and have an even worse situation. Peak oil, for instance, is a reality today. More and more experts say we will have a scarcity in the oil market within a few years' time of between 5 and 10 million barrels of oil per day. What do we do then? Prices will rise very, very, very rapidly. The poor will suffer, and the whole economy, transportation, agriculture, who depends so much on oil, will suffer. So we have to start look for new ways of addressing development and growth, and relying more on resources that are renewable, resources that are managed well. So we have to merge environmental, social, and economic objectives. And we need new indicators. We can no longer measure progress in society only by growth. We have to include social and environmental indicators. We have to go beyond GDP.